Good.
We're live.
All right. Go ahead and call the Board of Zoning Appeals to order at 5 PM. Roll call.
Mr. Golis?
Here.
Ms. Curley?
Here.
Mr. Andrus?
Here.
Mr. Reed? Here. Chairman Rowe?
Here. All right, so this is our first meeting of the year, so we'll treat this as our organizational meeting. So I need a
Motion.
motion
I'll make a motion.
for,
Accepting the schedule, I take that.
no, organizational meeting.
Oh.
So we gotta organize our seats up here.
I make a motion that Mike continue to be the chairperson.
Second.
Roll call.
Second is Golis. Mr. Andrus?
Yes.
Mr. Golis?
Yes.
Ms. Curley?
Yes.
Mr. Reed?
Yes.
Chairman Rowe?
Yes.
Thank you.
I thought he was gonna say no.
All right. We also got in our packets the meeting schedule for 2024. Can I get a motion for that?
I'll make a motion to accept the 2024 meeting schedule.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Ms. Curley?
Yes.
Mr. Golis?
Yes.
Mr. Andrus?
Yes.
Mr. Reed?
Yes.
Chairman Rowe?
Yes. All right. And finally, we got approval of the December 20th, 2023 regular meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Mr. Golis?
Yes.
Mr. Reed?
Yes.
Ms. Curley?
Yes.
Mr. Andrus?
Yes.
Chairman Rowe?
Yes. All right, now we can get started. So before I call the waiver, the variance request you have, just make sure you're signed in at the podium. And when I call your request, just make sure you step up, state your name, your address, and then give us a little bit of reasoning behind the variance request. So with that, we'll go ahead and get started. Our first waiver is W1715-23, waiver of ordinance 269-2001, section 1153.01D, relating to area exception. Location is 6601 Seaman Road. The applicant owner is Robert Murphy.
Just,
You gotta state your name, address, and then give us a little bit of,
it's Robert Murphy, 6601 Seaman Road, Oregon. Want to build a garage, but not 100 feet off the center line of the northern. I don't want to have to cut down any more trees or put it in my neighbor's backyard. Basically,
and it looks like engineering, public service looked at this, no issues there. And I'm pretty positive there's plenty of other structures on that street that are well within that 100-foot setback.
Including his residence.
yes.
Yes. All right. Any questions from the board?
Yes. What materials are you planning on building it out of?
It's metal. All
gonna be metal?
and concrete floor.
And how tall?
So we can't, so
Think
we're
so.
here only for a 100-foot setback.
Okay.
So that's all that basically, they gotta comply with every other thing. They gotta deal with the department on that.
All right.
Yeah, the
No
only
other
difference
questions?
from that is it might be 24 by 25. The guy I talked to, he didn't know for sure. Which
So-
would be 25 to the north, not towards Northern Road.
So right now, your variance request is 70, let's see, what is it, total 72 feet from that center line. So are you saying that there's
That won't change.
that won't change? All right, so that's all we're here for tonight, is
That
just
won't
strictly that. Okay. All right, any other questions?
I just have a curiosity question. Is this considered a corner lot, and is there any issue with is Norden considered a front lot also?
Yes, it would be considered front lot.
So in the building in that position, does he need a waiver to have it be out in line with the front side of the house and not beyond the farthest rear portion of the house? Is that not an issue?
So he's
The proposed location is behind the line of the house.
The address is on Seaman.
72.
From Seaman, even though it's a corner lot, it's still a side lot on Norden then? Does that make sense? Like on a fence issue, you can't come up between the two corners because the corner lot concept would be behind the house. Am I not, I'm just not seeing that right? In other words,
Yeah.
this is an imaginary line and this is an imaginary line on a corner lot. Isn't that involved in an out structure like a fence? Does
I
that
think
does that make sense?
historically, we picked one as our front.
Correct.
So
so
you
that-
you can pick one or the other on a building site.
You can designate.
Usually we go with the one that, the address of the home,
Correct.
which is Seaman, would
Okay.
be his front yard.
Only on a fence do we concern ourselves with bringing the fence line beyond. Well, that you can take to the front, so, all right, cool. Just curious.
All right, any other questions from the board? Anybody else here to speak for or against the matter? All right, with that, I would entertain a motion.
I'll motion that we accept BZA case W 171523 as presented.
No support.
Roll call.
Mr. Golis,
Yes.
Mr. Andrus,
Yes.
Ms. Curley,
Yes.
Mr. Reed,
Yes,
Chairman Rowe.
Yes. All right, you're all set. You can follow back up with building and zoning. Thank you. All right, next waiver is W 1716-24, waiver of ordinance 164-1984, section 1173.06 relating to the building and or setback line. Location is 5816 Bay Shore Road. The applicant, Joe Rigg, for owner Rigg Restoration.
Joe Rigg, representing Rigg Restoration on this. What we'd like to do is add 2 more bays to our building for more storage. And obviously with the shape of the lot, we'd be infringing on the south side, like 7.6 feet or something like that.
It looks like public service didn't have any issues either with the setback, so no line of sight issues, no utility issues, none of that. Okay. Questions from the board?
Yeah, I just have one. I saw on one, it was 24 by 24, and then on the site plan, it's 24 by 32.
The 24 by 32 is what we want to build.
Okay.
We would like to bring the front out a little bit in front of the building that's currently there.
Okay.
Which, and double check, make sure we don't have to modify. it. So,
It looks like the
The sign that is
17.46
on the fence
is
says
based on
24
the,
by 32.
yeah, and it looks like your public hearing notice was 24 by 32, so you should be okay. All right, any other questions from the board? Anybody here to speak for or against the matter? With that, I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept W 1716-24.
I'll support.
Roll call.
Mr. Reed,
Yes,
Mr. Golis,
Yes.
Ms. Curley,
yes.
Mr. Andrus,
Yes.
Chairman Rowe.
Yes. All right, you're all set. You can follow up with building and zoning as
Thank you.
well. With that, we will adjourn the meeting at 5:09 PM. Thank you. No, we had one
We had
quicker one, I
one
feel
quicker.
like.